Hello and welcome to carrot fries and yogurt dill dip. I'm going to show you what we're going to be using for today. So for our tools and kitchen tools, I have my measuring spoons. I'm going to be using a peeler and a spoon as well. And I also have some bowls with me. Those are going to be extra handy for today. And we're going to be using some kitchen knives as well. So that's where our adults are going to come in. And then we have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. So we're going to use that for later. And of course, we're going to use this cutting board. And then we can move on to our ingredients for today's recipe. We're going to use about 5 carrots. And I'm going to use cornstarch, 2.5 teaspoons, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I didn't have it with me at the time, but I have half a teaspoon of paprika as well. And now for the yogurt dip. For that, we're going to be using 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. The olive oil is going to be split up between the carrots and the yogurt dip, as well as the sea salt. Then 1 garlic clove for the dip, and 1 tablespoon of dried dill. All right, and now that we have all of the ingredients for today, we can begin our recipe. So we're gonna wash our hands and preheat our oven to 450 degrees. So first we're gonna begin with our carrots. So we're going to use the kitchen knives that the adults are going to handle for today. And I'm just going to cut off the tops of my carrots. 3 carrots, 4 carrots, and 5. So now that all those are chopped off, I'm then going to grab my peeler because we need to take the skins off these guys. So pushing away from me, I'm pushing the peeler downwards to get all of the peels off. And I'm going to do that for all 5 of my carrots. All right, and now all of our carrots are peeled, and if anyone wants to start composting or already has one, you can go ahead and add these to that. Now that we have them all peeled, our next step is to cut them into fry shapes. So I'm going to cut my first carrot in half and then cut the other pieces into quarters. Just cutting in half, and then these pieces will go in half as well. You're going to be very careful around these while we're chopping them. As I kept cutting, I started cutting my carrots into 3 sections and then going in and cutting those pieces into quarters as well. They seem to give me more of a better French fry shape than just cutting them in half. And now these are all cut and ready for some spice. So first I'm actually going to add in our 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. And the other tablespoon that we use is going to be used for the yogurt dip. I'm just going to give that a little shake and shimmy. And then we are going to add the 2.5 teaspoons of cornstarch. Next, I'm going to add the sea salt I'm going to add about 1.5 to 3/4 of a teaspoon. And then the other 1/2 teaspoon is going to be used for the yogurt dip. Then we're going to add our 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, our 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, our 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and our 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. I have a 1/8 teaspoon, so I'm going to add 2 scoops of that to make my 1/4. After we've added everything and all of our spices, we're gonna go ahead and just mix all of it together. I didn't use a spoon, I just used my bowl and just gave it a good shake and shimmy. And all my spices and the oil got spread evenly throughout the carrots. And when that's all ready to go, we're gonna grab our baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and we're just gonna put our carrots on there. I'm just gonna lay them out evenly so that I know each carrot will get nicely cooked. And then these are gonna bake for 25 minutes. And you can flip them halfway through, however, I didn't. And they still came out delicious. All right, so while our carrots are cooking and baking, we're gonna get our yogurt dill dip ready. So I have my little bowl and I have my measuring spoon. I'm gonna start by adding 1 tablespoon of our dill weed. So that's 1 whole tablespoon. Next, I'm gonna add our 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I only have 1/2 a measuring spoon, so I need 4 scoops of this lemon juice. Then we're gonna take the rest of our sea salt. I'm gonna add the 1/2 teaspoon into there. And this would help if you had a garlic press or a grater, and you could use that for this garlic. However, I just need to mince it very small with my knife here, and I need to be very careful. So we're gonna do that. And then once our garlic is finely chopped and minced, we're gonna add that into our bowl. Next, we're gonna add the 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then our final ingredient, the star of the show, we're gonna need this Greek yogurt. So we're gonna scoop out 1 cup of it. That's nicely measured into the bowl. I could have used a bigger bowl for this one. I hope you have a bigger bowl. But after that's all together in 1 bowl, we're gonna give it a good mix. And I'm gonna mix well until everything is well combined. And we have our yogurt dill dip. And after about 25 minutes, our carrot fries are done. And you can eat them on their own, or you can add them as a side to your favorite burger. However you eat them, I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you enjoy making this recipe. Thanks for joining me. Bon appétit.